that happened. We just got back from seeing it.
To begin with, Wayne, I hadn't read any reviews. I went in completely blind.
I read, like, snippets.
I didn't read anything, and Wayne wasn't happy going in.
No, I wouldn't say I wasn't happy.
You were afraid.
I was afraid. I was terrified that this movie was going to go the way of Spider-Man 3.
So we had the level of, I was like, well, it can go anywhere from Topher Grace. Topher Grace was our level of
that was where we based it at. That's where we based the character at. And his take on Eddie Brock.
Their take, yeah. Sony's original take on Eddie Brock and Venom.
Yes.
Because you have to think of them as two characters. That's a big part.
You do. So we're going to kind of split this a little bit. So this is going to be like the non-spoiler part. So I really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought they did a killer job with Venom. It did not disappoint. There was enough comedy in it to satisfy me. There was enough action. Holy crap, there was enough action.
Yeah. It was quick paced. Like, there was no dead space. At all.
No. I was happy through all of it. My bladder was very not cooperative, but I didn't miss much. And I walked out of the theater because they were playing a trailer I didn't want to see yet. For Glass.
Yeah, we haven't seen the
I haven't seen Split movie yet. I gotta watch that.
The trailer looked
Maybe
awesome.
we'll watch that sometime this weekend because it's Halloween. It's Halloween season. What a great way to start the month off.
Shut up and keep calm.
Yeah.
It's a zipper face.
Oh my god. Okay. So I really like Tom Hardy's portrayal as Eddie Brock. I liked his portrayal. I love him.
As Venom.
Him doing the voice as Venom was spot on. Like, It made me very happy.
It was good. I really liked it.
Diehard Venom fan. I've been a Venom fan for a very long time. And oh my god, the movie was so good. It kept me interested the whole time.
Yep.
And I liked how they had this kind of veer away from no Spider-Man, but it was okay with me because
the way they did it made it make sense.
I'm so happy that at the beginning of the movie they tied in Spider-Man, which I was really cool. No spoilers, but they tied it in a little bit. And there were a couple other things that they tied in that I didn't catch. I saw a couple things, but I'm like, wait a minute, is that what I think? We got to go see it again. I will pay money to go see this again.
I haven't said that about a movie, and I said it before he did.
Yeah.
I haven't said that about a movie in a long time, but we need to go see it again. Like, I want to go see that movie again. There wasn't that many people in there, which was...
No, there was actually a good amount. There was a good amount, but not a lot. I don't understand all the hate. I'm sorry for the yawning, but
okay, this isn't spoiler. You've seen Marvel movies by now, people. This is a Marvel movie.
Everybody walked out.
Stay till the end.
Very ends.
Like, legit, until you see it say the blue screen that says this movie was rating, blah, 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 rating. Blah, yeah. Don't walk out.
You need to. Don't walk out. Do
That's
not
all
leave.
I got. Non-spoiler, don't walk out. You paid your hard-earned money to go see it. Stay till the end.
Yeah.
The credits are very long, but it's worth it.
It sucks when you got
very freaking worth it.
But oh my god, everything was good. I really enjoyed the movie a lot. Holy I was blown away.
I'm giving it every thumb up. Every Batman thumb up ever. I don't know if I can find Spider-Man thumb ups, Venom thumbs up. Everybody thumb ups. I'm gonna edit this, so we're gonna try to. I'm gonna Google.
Good.
This is the fun for tonight is gonna be Google thumbs up.
Good. Oh my god, yeah. So I love the mid-credit scene. I'll just say there is one because I think everyone already knows one.
Stay till the
very end though, because there was some bonus stuff that was very entertaining.
It leads into something else. Watch it, people.
Yeah. But
this shirt's ginormous.
Yeah.
Whoa, this shirt was tight when I first got it. Maybe I never tried it on. I just got it because it was cool. I didn't have a single Venom shirt. And I
have one. I'm just not wearing it right now.
I was sick. I left work an hour early.
This is weird because we're all caught up on videos. We got movie. Okay. I think we're gonna go into the spoiler zone now.
I think every non-spoiler, every actor and actress in the movie was very good. Like, the movie was well acted.
It hit every note.
Yeah. There was no dead spot. There was no... It flowed. The picture was cool looking, and...
Special effects were good.
Yeah. That's why the credits, I think, were so long, because of the special effects.
Yeah.
People that are complaining about, oh, that's what Venom looks like... have you watched any of it?
Have you read the comic book? Have you actually read the comic book and not compared it to the Topher Grace?
Boo-boo. I don't think we can say much more without spoiling.
Yeah, so we're going to go to
the spoiler. It was
awesome.
Tons of thumbs up. This is the spoil... You want to do 2 videos or just one and then split it?
No, it's one. We split it. We start. All right, so I will go see this again. I will pay the money to go see it again.
Yeah.
I highly enjoyed it. And honestly, I think a lot of people were complaining about it because it's not what everybody thought it would be. But it doesn't have to be. It can be its own movie. I liked how they did it, and they kept it true to the comic book. Not the comic.
What's the comic?
I will say they kept it true to the source material.
To a point.
To a point. They had to change it for some stuff. But this is why we're going to the spoiler zone right now. So we're going to start off the movie. State
of the frickin' end. Everybody.
All right, what the
That's still a spoiler. Now I'm going to spoil it. There's 2 credit scenes. State of the end. Okay, well, because this isn't in order, but stay till the end.
We'll get to that.
No, it just angered me that there was an audience, there was a theater full of people, and then they all left.
We already just talked about this.
Then I'm going to say what it is after.
Okay. So, start of the movie, they show the space craft.
The Life Foundation.
The Life Foundation spacecraft. And they say it, and then so it crash lands because...
You don't know why.
You don't know why.
You find out later on. So
they say one astronaut's alive, and it's Jameson's kid. J. Jonah Jameson's kid. That's how they tied it in.
That's literally the only Spider-Man tie-in.
There's another one, I just really forget what it is. But then we start out, and then it goes to Eddie Brock.
He's a reporter.
He's a reporter, which I really like. But he's like Geraldo reporting. Like, he's guerrilla reporting. He's like on a mission.
And I'm pretty sure some of those scenes that they show in that are probably related to the Spider-Man universe. Like, or the Marvel universe. I'm thinking
It happened in San Francisco. X-Men Last Stand, where he picks up the Brooklyn Bridge.
That's not the Brooklyn Bridge in
Not the Brooklyn Bridge, the San Francisco Bay Bridge. Magneto picks it up in X3 and brings it over to the island. If anybody remembers that.
Yeah, but no, San Francisco is where Ant-Man happened, and that was the most recent one to this.
Yes.
But I don't know how connected, I still can't tell exactly how connected the 2 universes are, other than the Jameson thing. Because if it was San Francisco and the timing is in order, Ant-Man should be around.
Shouldn't be. Oh, yeah, because the snap didn't happen.
Yeah. Because you have to think of it snap, pre-snap, post-snap.
Yeah.
Because even Ant-Man, spoiler, the snap's in the movie.
Yeah.
So, how far are we? Who knows?
Yeah. But I think it's its own.
Tell.
It's in its own. They've already said it's in its own universe.
But there has to be a loose connection just because of the Sony and Marvel.
Yeah. But I think... All right,
they don't need Spider-Man. That's all I'm saying to this movie. They don't need him.
No, they didn't need him at all.
And they're not going to need him, really.
We'll see. But...
wait.
What
yes, Spider-Man is in it. Stay till the end.
What happened next in the movie?
So the Life Foundation thing crashes. Jameson's
the
alive. They cut to Life Foundation in the place. So the main guy, I don't remember his name, is watching.
Yeah. They crash land. They cut to him, seeing what's going on.
And all he's worried about is if the symbiotes are alive. He doesn't care about the astronauts. That's the main theme of it. He only cares about, and they haven't called them symbiotes yet.
The life forms.
They didn't call them life forms. Packages or something.
Something like that.
The whatever.
And then,
Jameson is in a ambulance getting carried away.
Eyes flash. He wakes up. It ends up being... Kills like one of the people. Grabs the one the
lady
ambulance people in the car. Takes her over, and then she busts out the thing. We're like, okay, we'll see where this is going.
Cut back to Eddie Brock. He's happy.
cut back to Eddie. They're talking about
his girlfriend, fiance, because they show a ring very quick.
Yep.
And that'll tie in at the end. So they show those two. She's a lawyer that works for the Life Foundation. Well, her firm that she works for the Life Foundation.
Yeah.
He has an interview at said Life Foundation
with the main guy. I forget his name.
He is one of those.
Shit.
He tries to stir shit up.
But the thing is,
he's supposed to be interviewing about the space thing because it crashed and everybody's worried.
They're like trying to
cover it up.
They're trying to do like, hey,
PR.
we're gonna like Eddie's company
sorry.
he works for. They mentioned the Bugle.
What happened to the Bugle?
The Daily Bugle, yes. So that was the second tie in the Spider-Man.
He was fired from the Daily
Bugle. Fired from the Bugle, and then he left to go to. So
I wonder if he is. If they do put in Spider-Man,
they have a chance to.
They will have hate for him.
Yeah.
So there's that. So they can. So Eddie Brock was fired because of Peter Parker.
They don't implement
But in the comic, he was fired because of Peter. So we'll see.
No.
I thought he was fired because of Peter.
No. That's in the cartoon.
Oh.
This was heavily based on the cartoon with the ship crashing. It was based off the '90s cartoon.
It was a mix of every single Venom bit there is. So they took the best parts of everything and put it in.
Yeah. So we'll cut to what's next? The part where she's like, don't do that. Do what you did in New York, and he's like, well, I can't help it. That's the way I want to get the story. So he's supposedly like a rogue reporter.
He tries to get good.
They have sex and they go out on a date. She's sleeping. He goes over to her computer.
Gets into an email from Life Foundation that's basically wrongful
confidential
death.
And all this lawsuit stuff. Yeah.
I did not.
There's a couple names that were very, very like.
And I don't know who they were.
Yeah.
So it was one of those where I was like, I can't see them.
Well, I don't know if they did a Terminator reference. One of them was Sarah Connor.
I don't know.
And I don't know if that was a Terminator reference or whatnot. So then we got he goes to interview him. So he sees
that going. He's just supposed to interview.
He's getting the juice. He's getting the juicy juice.
He's just supposed to interview for the Space Foundation because this guy's mega rich.
Life Foundation.
Mega rich
for their space program. Yeah. So it's funny because he goes in with all this juicy detail now, and he's Eddie Brock, so he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. So he screws it up. And asks about that. Asks about, what about the wrongful deaths? What about this?
No, but then he starts dropping the names and everything changes. He's like, oh, we're done. Interview's over.
Cut to Eddie Brock is fired.
Yep. He goes,
did you hear the line that they both said?
Enjoy your life.
Have a nice life. Was what the guy from the Life Foundation said. Plus, the one that fired him, the guy in charge of
the one that fired him through the network.
Was like, yeah, have a nice life. They were all working together. Which means he was
bought off by...
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and then you cut to the girlfriend is fired.
I didn't even get that. I didn't even figure that out till now. But then the girlfriend gets fired because only she knew the names.
Yep.
And that kind of sucks. So then it goes, it's like
they break up.
Downward spiral. Eddie is in a bar, and they're showing the Life Foundation founder.
No, you're going ahead. They cut back to Malaysia. That's where the thing landed.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That symbiote, you don't know who it is. Basically runs loose in a town, eats stuff.
Well,
basically
run
takes
loose.
Another host.
He kind of like hobbles in because he eats the host from the inside out.
The whole thing is. They're all trying to figure out, eventually, why the symbiotes are killing the hosts.
Because they need to eat.
And they can't eat dead stuff.
You need to feed them.
But it has to be live stuff.
That was one of the best things they did in the Figure movie.
So, and I just figured out parts of it as I was thinking.
The girl bites the eel, does this sick-ass, kills 20 people one shot.
Saves one, so she can take the body over. And it's like a hobbly old woman. Takes over, it's just
stands
fine.
right up and's fine. Then we cut back
6 months later.
Yeah.
That's when they're in the bar. Eddie's in the bar, drinking.
6 weeks later. 6 weeks
no,
later.
It was
months.
6 months?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, because I said that was a big jump.
Yeah. 6 months later, he's in a bar, and they show the Life Foundation about the space program reopening.
They're going to launch another rocket. Because they found...
And Eddie doesn't like it. He doesn't like Life Foundation. What the hell is the guy's name that was right there next to him? One of the comedic actors. Wait, isn't that what's his face?
Jonah Ray?
No.
No, I forget who it was.
Yeah, he was on a bunch of stuff we watched, and it's funny because you're like, oh, that's what's his face, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was in stuff a lot with the girl that plays the doctor, the girl that plays the scientist, and I can't even think of her name right now. We should have probably put up the list, but they might be. I don't know. So they cut to. Yeah, I had candies and I shouldn't have. They cut back to Life Foundation with the symbiotes. They've been screwing around trying to get it to work. They figure out the symbiotes cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment without the host.
Yes.
But the host has to be perfect. They take the yellow one. Remember in the previews they always showed 3 symbiotes.
3 suits, yeah.
Because one is out.
And it adheres to a bunny.
But it works. They basically realize the donors have to be perfect for each other. The symbiote has to want... perfect
match, yeah. To want to merge with that symbiote.
So...
They're like, let's test it on humans.
And the one girl's like, I don't want to do that.
And he's
Jenny
like, well,
Slate, that's her name.
How are your kids? Ooh.
Yeah, how are your kids doing?
So then we go to Eddie, who's in the bar now because now they figured out how to do the host stuff. The guy does the Life Foundation talking about, this happened. Didn't you used to be Eddie Brock? Maybe. Or I was.
It was.
I was. Or used to be.
You're going out of order.
I know,
No, so that scene already happened. Then they do the symbiote thing. They then they bring this person in to test the symbiote on.
Oh yeah, then they do the testing.
Doesn't go well is all I'm going to say. Basically, he gives this God speech about how God and Abraham and Isaac and blah da 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 da, and he thinks he's God because he's been this genius.
Yeah. I got paid.
So he has this guy.
Inmate.
Doesn't go well. No.
Oh,
they were collecting homeless people that weren't
that
smart. Because at one point, the scene we didn't get.
Oh.
Eddie's going to the store, sees this lady out front that is a homeless lady that basically takes all the free papers and takes them and tries to charge him $5, and he gave her 20. Went
in, bought food, but then the store clerk
is getting
got held up for protection money, and then he kind of didn't want to interfere, and then Then they cut to the scene with the guy getting brought in to test out the suits,
and literally he dies right away. Which was really, the way they did the suit, you see the symbiote crawl out. It's really cool.
And it went into him, it absorbed.
And they're like, it worked.
Him. They're like, it worked, and it's fine.
Boom, no. Automatically.
It rejects it, and just ultimately kills the host.
He dies in literally, 10 seconds. He's a second, and he's bring in the next subject.
Bring in the next, yeah. So then,
and that's when that girl is like, oh, what did I sign up for? And then she finds Eddie, basically. Because he's getting followed. Yes, Eddie is yeah.
He does the thing with the girl, his ex, next. It was the Life Foundation stuff happens again. They show the scene with the guy getting killed. Then it cuts to him talking to the girlfriend, running into it. He's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I was just checking on my cat.
No, that was after Jenny Slate's character finds him. Jenny Slate's character finds him because she's screwed up in the head because of them killing people.
Damn it.
So Jenny Slate's character basically follows him. That's the scene where they're like, if you're going to follow somebody, be good at it, you're bad at it. She's like, they're killing people. They're killing homeless people. The thing you don't see... He doesn't believe her. But, if you missed it, one of the big things is... when he's walking into that store, that's where he runs into Jenny Slate's character. The girl is not there.
The girl's Maria. Missing. That was trying to haggle the papers.
She's not there. That's a side note.
Yes.
One. Okay. And then he gets us thinking about, oh man, that was my old life. Blah blah blah. I hate this. I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
makes him think about his old life, so he goes and walks by the house, and the cat's in the window.
Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere's the name of the cat. So she's with a surgeon, and there's no hope for them, basically, is what she says. Yeah, there's no hope. We're not ever going to get back together. Bye. Eventually, and that basically, he was like, oh, I guess I have no future. Okay. So then was like, screw it, I'm going to call that girl, because she gave him a card. They break into Life Foundation.
Well, she lets him in.
Well, she isn't supposed to let him in, so they go into Life Foundation, she basically is trying to hide him, and she's not good at it, lets him into the area with the symbiotes. Bad idea.
He starts, taking photos and
He takes photos with his phone. Runs into the cage. There's a person he walks by that's just sitting there and fine and sleeping. The next one is a girl sitting the way the other girl was sitting. That Maria girl. Bam, it's her she's freaking out. Let me out, let me out. And he's hitting buttons and breaks. The alarms are going off.
He's smashing the glass. The girl tackles him and starts choking him, but transfers the suit to him.
Basically, it's a touch thing in this movie. I don't know if that's the way it was in the books.
It is. It can either be a touch or through the mouth. If you look, the blue one did not want to go through the other guy's mouth, which was weird. He did it real quick and then just absorbed through his chest. Yeah. But then we go to him getting...
He gets out.
But all of a sudden he can kick a door down. He can break through fencing.
And he climbs a tree to get away in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. Which was good. Then they had to run to the freaking bathroom again.
So...
I hate doing that during the movies. I really do.
That's where you ran to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then you...
So... They realize the guy's pissed that a suit got out. And wants to go find it. And needs to figure out who let him in. Who let the person in that took the suit. That took the symbiote. His property. Because he's trying to save life on Earth. And the world is finite and all that. The normal stuff. Snap. Whatever. It's everybody's way to fix the world. So basically it's one of the suits. They show this one guy. He, a black guy, skinny black guy with a fro. And they're the suit's stabilized. Or the symbiote stabilized. And, okay, bring him in. They try to figure it out.
Suit's not stabilizing.
Well, so Eddie gets home. And he's freaking out. And he, calls What's-Her-Face and is I'm sick, blah, 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 whatever. And you hear voices, hunger. Or feed, or something. And he's,
Is it the first one? Is that what I missed?
Yeah, the first one. That was a quick one. And then he's eating everything. So he takes tater tots. Frozen tater tots. And just eats a shit ton of tater tots. That's a good description.
I missed that part.
So he's eating tater tots. There was, in the garbage... There was cooked chicken bone, cooked chicken, left over, a little bit of meat on the bone and stuff. He eats it. Gets sick automatically and goes to the bathroom and throws up.
Oh, because it wasn't alive.
Well, you don't know that yet. So he throws it up. Yeah. And is oh my god, I'm so sick. Looks up. And that's where, the face doesn't do a full change. The reflection doesn't do a full change. And he goes, Eddie. As Venom. And he falls back and hits his head on the thing and gets knocked out.
I missed that.
But Wayne walked in right after that.
I wanted to see that part.
That's where he walked into the guy. Yeah, They were in the lab with the guy that had supposedly stabilized.
Yeah, and he doesn't stabilize.
No, it was eating his liver.
It was starting to eat away at the brain. It was starting to eat away at his body. Ate its liver, and then the guy just died. And then I think... The person from Malaysia, is at an airport. Again. Yep.
Is at an airport. And they show this little girl walking into the bathroom. And she follows in, and I went, oh my god.
Because they picked a host that they believe can get them to where they need to go.
They're smart.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh god, it's gonna eat her. That was my thought.
No. I'm like, there's your new host. Like.
No, I thought it was gonna be an eat, but it was a host.
Yeah. All she has to do is touch her, which is pretty cool. So then, because she had a flight, that's exactly what they did. Cause they're like, oh, that. Because
she saw the symbiote, saw the Life Foundation thing on Jameson's thing, so that's where it knew how to go.
Yes.
I catch these things.
And then
I'm always looking for Easter eggs in movies. So the suit's rejecting, so he's trying to figure out why.
And then
they figure out the girl is the reason that got in, and she gives the name. And then he's like, "It was nice working. You were a great scientist."
And
Open
they
it.
lock her in the room with the suit.
They lock in the suit. It eats whatever.
Wait. And when the other suit rejected the first guy, the first test subject, it shot out at the guy,
the
Drake.
Doctor.
Drake.
Yes.
So it shot out at him like through the glass. So it knew he wanted to get with him, but he wasn't smart enough to realize that he would be able to merge with him. And then we get to what's the next part?
Eddie's in his house and freaking
the
out.
Other thing happened first. I thought he goes to the restaurant.
Yes.
That was one of the best scenes.
He goes to the restaurant and there's a scene and it was awesome because the doctor's there and he's like, I'm sick.
And he fully hasn't said like...
He doesn't know what's going on officially.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on yet.
He eats something and he's like, that's cooked.
No, it's dead.
That's dead.
That's
because
dead.
he doesn't like to eat dead things.
Yeah.
That's another thing that kills
him. Like, that's dead. And the look on his face was amazing.
Don't you know that's dead?
And then like he doesn't realize he's still split, but he doesn't realize something's there.
Yeah, he ends up jumping into a
lobster tank
and eating a lobster. Goes to the hospital.
The best part is when the doctor's trying to talk to him. He's like,
yeah, the doctor's like really worried.
And so they go to the doctor and he passes out.
They gave him a sedative.
Oh, they gave him a sedative. So he wakes up in the MRI machine.
They turn
sound waves go off, and that makes him go bonkers. They stop it, but they see the.
No. So before this, they figured out that scene with a guy whose liver was dying. They figured out the sounds between 4,000 and 6,000 milliamps or whatever. Heard it. And an MRI is exactly in that thing.
They basically foreshadowed every scene, which
because
was really
Eddie Brock didn't like sound either. When the guy next to him started playing his guitar, he freaked out.
Yeah.
Like he has very sensitive ears.
Before the suit.
Even before the suit.
And then
so he runs out of the MRI. He's like, I'm fine. They do the thing. They let him go home.
He just leaves, go homes. All of a sudden, he picks up the phone, and he starts talking to the girlfriend, and he hangs up. He talks to her. He's like, who are you talking to? I'll be like, nobody.
No, that was.
What was that before? See, this is what happens when I lose track of mine.
That has nothing to do with me.
No, it's just me. It's me. My brain loses track of shit.
Okay, so he gets home. Yeah, he gets home. There's no other scenes. I think that's when the girl ends up getting killed by Drake.
They get the name. To that yet.
They get that you knew that something was going to
Yeah,
happen.
because that's where you got the name. Yeah.
But you knew the guy was either going to like.
My favorite thing though is like when he started like talking to it, like, and then he would the symbiote's like, don't answer the door. He's like, what?
Yeah, this is a part where Eddie like the girl's given Eddie's name and gets murdered, whatever.
Pretty much.
And the first thing you hear is, don't answer the door. What? They knock. So
nobody's there.
Drake has sent a ton of people to go get his property back.
Yeah, because he knows.
But he has a camera on it.
Yeah.
And
well, they break in and then they turn the camera on, right as they shock him, and the suit just starts taking over, like throwing the guy out the window.
What are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your friends. Like
sorry about your friends.
There's a split, and the whole movie is basically split. There's a Venom character and there's Eddie Brock. There is no, until the very last scene, there is no we.
No, there is a we. There is we. There's a couple we's.
But it's not the same as the very end. So basically Venom just kicks the crap out of people, and they make an agreement basically of, we're
no,
into
but then
this together.
he kicks the shit out of everybody there. Jumps out the window because that's his only way out of the whole thing. Goes down the alley. Like, the suit basically literally like, shoop, catches him and like brings him up to a ledge. Smashes through these kids playing a video game, which ended up being Spider-Man Into the Multiverse.
No. That's the name of the movie.
Oh, that's what song.
That's why we should have known.
They were playing some games, and then all of a sudden he gets down to the alley, and
he says something bad about he says parasite, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And they agree. They're like, because he's gonna kill. He's like, "If you die, I die. I'm not gonna let you die."
He's walking by a car, and here's Eddie, and
they show the reflection,
and then they show the reflection, and like the hands. He's like, "You're not real. You're just in my head. You're just a parasite." And he's like, "Parasite," and throws him against the wall. Like, actually, he grabs the wall and like pulls Eddie toward it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Throws him against the wall, and he's like,
okay.
You know, what are you doing? And he's like, not letting him go. And then all of a sudden, one of the drones comes down, and this leads to one of the coolest bike chase scenes I've seen in a while, and it was perfect. Like,
yeah, the whole thing. Okay, so he gets away. Is basically the end of that.
We're not done yet. That
well, no, he gets away until the very end, and he gets hit.
Gets hit, breaks like his leg and arm, and then all of a sudden the suit takes full control, heals him, pulls him up. He's holding the guy by the throat.
The scene that's in the preview,
the trailer, and he gets up and does the whole thing, and oh my god, when
Wayne was freaking
full
out.
suit, licked the guy. He got shot in the back by some guy. He ate that guy that shot him.
Ate his head off.
And then
did we just see that guy's head? That's it.
But I like how Eddie's still in the suit, but the suit's on top, which
it's like the Jake suit
switch roles.
in Adventure Time.
The best part of this scene that got my heart like pumped was as he's running away, he's jumping on the cars, pouncing on the cars, and then he dives into the water and does the thing, and then swims across the way like really super fast for some reason. Gets on land, and then
he's eelish.
And then he gets out of the suit. Suit kind of goes away. Eddie's sitting there, and then the suit kind of emerges out of his side and starts talking to him. And it, like, I was in heaven watching the special effects, and they were so good. And then they have kind of the agreement where you actually realize that the symbiotes were going to destroy the world.
That's why they were coming on the comic.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know, do we have an agreement? You know, if you play your cards right, we'll probably keep you alive longer than everybody else.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I guess
so.
we're doing this. And then, I think
they cut back to Life Foundation.
Yes.
The little girl's there basically takes over Drake.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know it. The little girl, he's like, are you lost?
Wait, you're jumping way too far ahead because they cut back after that scene. The girl's dead.
Because he's like, we can't kill
him because the other suit died. The one that killed the girl.
He was already a symbiote there. That's why he basically says what he says about you let it die.
No.
Oh,
They showed the girl. No, I'm trying to get this out before I fucking forget. They show the girl that told them that it was Eddie. She's dead, but then he's like, well, what? This is a living organism. Why did you leave it out of its holding tank?
Yeah, not a living. It was like, no, the holding tank was supposed to be there. Why did you let it leave her body and die?
Yeah, because it was like in a pile dead.
A higher life organism.
Higher life form. Yep, that was it.
And they, right then, they're like, but you can see it click in their head like, oh, he'll kill any of us.
Yeah, they go.
You can see it right there.
The one guy they showed near the end, too.
Because he had his hand on the cancel button.
Yeah. And then, let's see,
I think that's when he leaves. I thought he was already taken over at that point, but he wasn't. That's when he leaves and runs into the girl. I think. At some point near there, he runs into the girl.
Yeah.
He ends up taken over by the symbiote
Actually,
from Malaysia.
the bodyguards get there, and he's like, next time I send you, you better bring back my property. Alive. And got in the friend's face. So then they cut back to, I think, more of the girlfriend trying to call. Because he's trying to get the evidence to the building. Oh, God, this is one of the another best part.
The whole movie was good.
And the whole movie was killer.
This is a long spoiler. This is us running down the movie.
This is going to be a long video. I don't care. It's going to be a spoiler. We can edit some of this out. We're going to have to go through it. But let's try to kind of go a little quicker on this. So the next scene is that he goes to the news place he used to work for. The guy wants to let him in. And then,
the guy doesn't want to let him in.
Is like, I can't let you in. I'm sorry. And then they do a thing where he leaves, but Venom's like, the suit's like, can we eat him? He's like, no, we can't. And he's like, what, you okay? And then he leaves. He's like, did you want to go up? So you just should have said that. So he turns back into the suit and it's barreling up the side of the building, gets to the top, and it's like, it's really peaceful here. It's better than I thought.
A jet goes by.
And then a freaking jet goes by and does the supersonic thing, so he starts falling.
Where are you?
Like, Where'd you go? And you hear it. And he's like, I got us. That's the first one.
Yeah. I got us.
So they fly into the room, and he's like, oh, you're going to get me killed. And so they start.
If I die, you die. So.
Yeah, he's like, "What? I wouldn't allow that because if you die, I die, and I would not allow that." So he leaves the evidence with his reporter guy, with an arrow. He's like, "You know what to do with this shithead." So then he's like, he stands back up, and Venom's like, "Jump." They cut back. He's hitting the elevator, and Venom, pussy. That was one of the best lines in the whole movie because. Just the way he says it is so good. I don't understand why there's so much hate on this movie. I really don't. Because it hit every note that I wanted. And then I think the next scene after that...
is the fight. There's a huge fight.
The big fight where...
more of Drake's people are after him. They go to where...
Actually, no. He calls the cops. That's all police officers. And then the cops are trying to shoot him. And then he's like...
No, I think those are Drake's people.
They're SWAT.
They're SWAT, yeah.
So they go there. They're like, all right. Man. He's like, you guys don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. And they're all like, mask on. He's not listening. And then Eddie's like, mask on. And Venom takes over and he catches one of the cans and then catches one in his mouth and bites down on it. And they start hitting him with the flashbangs and his suit's freaking out, but he's still kicking everyone's ass, jumping around. Great. That scene was amazing. And then after he gets the girlfriend runs in and is like, oh, what the hell is that? And Eddie starts coming out of the suit. And she's freaking out more. She's like, what the hell is that? What are you doing?
I told you I have a parasite.
He's like, I'm sick. I have a parasite. And he's like, parasite? Venom hates getting called that. And that comes in later. So she's like, I don't know what to do. She's like, hospital! Now! So they go to the hospital again. The best is when they're in the car. Then they show the girl going into Drake. Okay, he's like, are you lost? And then she's like, I'm not now. And she grabs him and transfers the suit over to him. And then his eyes flew silver, which is pretty cool. So then we cut back to them in the car.
It's cute because
he's like, I like her. Get in.
Yeah. But the best part is when you never had a chance to apologize and you might never get a chance again. So she apologized. He's like, oh, that was sweet.
Oh, that was sweet. I'm just like, oh my God, this is so good.
The comedy was great.
And then we get to the hospital and it was all a ruse. The girlfriend was trying to get him near the MRI chamber.
I don't think it was.
Yes, she had it planned.
She didn't know.
She said, no. He said in the car... high sounds and high frequencies do. He was basically telling her what Venom was talking about.
Until the doctor said it's killing him.
But again, she's like, I had to do something. She turned the machine on.
Well, because the suit was killing it. Yeah. Was eating him.
Yeah.
Before he realized he liked him.
Yeah.
Because his heart had atrophied.
Yeah. So basically he was probably siphoning the blood off of him.
Siphoning life off him.
Yeah. So then the suit gets ripped out of him. He's like, I gotta get far away from this. So, and then the henchmen are there again. They get Eddie. And then the suit kind of gets out of the room, goes through the sewer thing, gets into this dog that was barking at him earlier. So, and then the dog's walking around.
Because dogs can sense...
This is getting to a sick part. and I love that they did it. It made me so freaking happy.
Yes.
They get to the part where, so they capture Eddie, the suit's in the dog runs up to the girl that is the ex-girlfriend.
And does the eye thing.
Does the eye thing, and she's like, okay, I see what's going on here. So,
Eddie is captured.
Cut back to the thing with Eddie's captured. This is a lot of part I remember. So they have the lights on. He's like, you can kill me if you want. I'm already dying. Blah, 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 blah. He starts joking around with the guy, and then the guy reveals that he's Riot now. He has the suit in him, and the suit...
I've had a thing shoved
he's
up.
like, you are the ugliest son of a... Oh my God, you're ugly. And then he cuts back. He's like, he's leaving. He's like, he calls to his men, you can take care of your business. And he's like, oh, he's got one of those up his ass too.
Because he said I've had a parasite up my ass.
Parasite up my ass all day. And then they cut to that, and then they cut to them in the woods.
Because he's like, you're just going to walk me to death?
You're going to walk me to death? And then they cut the thing where, like, the suit reappears and starts throwing the guys. He's like, there's
something bigger coming for you.
Yeah, there's something bigger. Fling the suit away, walk away, cut up. The girlfriend's wearing the goddamn suit. It's
She-Venom.
Freaking She-Venom. I lose my mind. I'm like, oh, it's She-Venom. Oh my God.
She bit the guy's head off.
She's like, hey, Eddie. Yeah, she bit the other guy's head off. And she's like, hey, Eddie. And then he goes to kiss her in the suit. No,
she kissed him.
Yeah, or the suit. And then that plays in later. So he transfers the suit back. She transfers the suit back to him.
Did I just eat that guy's
head? And she's like, I just ate that guy's head. He's like, yeah, I did it once before. That's nothing new. Holy God. And then they proceed. He gets the suit back. She's like, oh, I want to fight dirty. And he's like, no. Suit takes over.
The
and he's
suit
like,
is very protective of her.
Because he was inside. He could actually connect to her.
It's one of those little, like... Think about it after. You're like, oh yeah, that's an actual host he could use.
Yeah.
But he realized he likes Eddie. And he doesn't want to kill the Earth. So let's go stop Riot. Because Riot...
can do some shit.
As he says, he has some shit you've never seen before.
Yes. And so he... then they cut back to Drake. He's like, we're going to do this launch thing. And he's like, no, screw the diagnosis. We're doing it now. Sets the launch code. The guy behind him is like...
One of the doctors that saw the guy. He finally
realizes something's going on, so he starts, like, doing something, but Riot senses it, and basically kills him.
Kills everybody in the place.
And then reveals that he's got the suit on, kills everybody with one big swipe, which was sick. And then proceeds to, like, fly out the thing, and then Eddie and Venom see him, and
what are our chances? 0.
0.
0%?
0%.
Okay.
And then,
let's save the Earth.
They proceed. Yeah, then one of the cool scene where, like, the symbiotes are battling, and then they do a thing where, like, the symbiotes battling and Eddie and him, they're fighting in between. But Riot's got some of the coolest looking swords, but they're preluding something that's at the end of the movie. So a big fight, big rocket goes... Now, this is a nod to, like, the old cartoon. That's the only way he got rid of Venom. So Riot gets up into the ship, starts taking off.
You think that he's dead.
Eddie's dead because, he stabbed Eddie through the damn chest and then proceeded to, like, you think he's dead. You see the symbiote crawling up to his hand and then he brings him back to life. I like the part where he's like, when they're in the doctor's office, he's like, no, I can fix him. I can fix you. Don't worry about it. They're lying. Be like, don't worry.
No, but he wasn't. He was killing him up until that point.
Yeah.
To get what he wanted.
Yeah. And then, so basically they do a whole thing, like, right before that, when they're talking, they're like, I like you. You know, I like it here. And then he's like, I don't want to lose us. And then they do the big fight, which is amazingly done.
The only thing that can kill me in the car, they say the only thing that can hurt me is the sound and fire.
And then all of a sudden it's like, and fire too. He's like all out of it. Doesn't realize they're doing that. I like the way they did it. It was pretty good. And then
the rocket takes off.
Venom is just alive again. He's fine. Jumps up onto he grabs like the thing that he stabbed him with. He runs up to the rocket ship, gets right in the face through the glass, and Riot's like, traitor. And he's like, oh, what the hell did he say? Have a nice life. And then he jumps down, slices the rocket fuel down, and the whole thing blows up. So, like, when it starts blowing up, you see Riot, and then the suit starts melting off the guy, and then the guy burns it. Like, it was sick. Then he falls down, and as he's falling down, Venom catches fire, and he's like flying up. He's like, "Goodbye, Eddie." And they start falling. So it's like a parachute on him at the last part. That's all burning. So it burns off, and then he falls
like, "Oh,
into
the fire,
water.
He's dead."
You're like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
Oh, the big part is about the girl fighting dirty. When they're fighting,
on the
what's
rocket.
his face has both suits at one point.
Oh god, that was
Riot
sick.
and Venom are in that one guy.
Oh my god, and he got like bigger and massive and holy shit.
But here comes the girl to save the day,
turning on
playing like dissonance or something through the speakers that makes the suits fall off.
Yep, and that's when he fights, and then he grabs the suit, jumps back into him, and he stabs Eddie back through the chest.
But I thought that was cool.
So then we fall, boom, he hits the water. We wake up like, was it like a month later or a week later?
They didn't say.
Something like, they don't say. And then they show
those two talking.
Eddie and the girlfriend talking. They're like, "You want to talk about that kiss?" And he's like...
She was like, "Oh, the suit made me do it."
The suit made... Oh, it was his idea. And she's like, "I really like that power."
I really liked it.
The power, right? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the suit was being dirty with her. And they kind of hinted at stuff like that. But he says something. Venom says something.
You hear...
I like her. Or
we like her.
We like her, or something like that.
Can we
so
start
the
that?
Suit, then Venom says, "We like her," and we're like, "Oh, here we go." And then
I was like, "How is he still alive?"
Yeah, and then he's like, or he said something, and I'm just like, "Oh, it's good."
Tell her we want to be with her.
Yeah.
And like it was all this stuff in between, and he was like, "I'm leaving."
The suit wanted Eddie to be happy. That's basically what it is now, because they are one. So he walks away. We got our freaking Stan Lee cameo, which is amazing.
I got a friggin' ovation in the crowd.
We're all like, "Yes, Stan Lee! Yes!"
Yeah, he's still there. Still kicking.
Stan Lee, yes! And then
and he's like, "I like you too. Get her."
He's talking to her the whole time. He's like, "Okay, you can't just kill everybody."
No, but the thing with Stan Lee's like, "I always like you guys."
Or
no, it wasn't like that. It was something about you two were cute together or something.
Yeah, you two are cute together. He's like,
so freaking watcher.
Getting back, and
he's a watcher.
So
how else would he know?
He's walking his dog, and the dog's like, "Ooh, Venom's like, ooh, that looks good. Let's eat it."
No.
You
can't just eat things.
You can't. And he starts talking to the suit. He's like, "There are good guys and there are bad guys. You gotta know." He's like, "How will I know?" And
you just know.
You just know. So he goes to the convenience store and says hi. I mean, Mrs. Chen, and goes in. The guy comes in. He's like,
the guy that has the money. Yeah. That wants the stick-up money.
He's like, the suit. Eddie looks at him. And Venom's like, "Him?
Bad guy?
No, just him. Yep." So he
says bad guy.
No, yeah. I thought he said what about this guy? No, he
says.
And this guy. That's. I think he says this guy.
The words "bad guy" come out.
Yeah.
At the end there.
Yeah, he's bad, and he's like, "Okay, full suit." This scene's been shown on the whole thing where he. I want to see the.
You're never gonna do this again. First, if you ever do this to anybody else,
you're gonna bite off your arms,
both of your legs, both of your arms, and rip off your face, and you're gonna be a faceless, armless, legless thing rolling down the street just like a turd, in the wind.
In the wind.
Screw it, and he eats him.
He eats his face.
He ate the whole thing. There was nothing left.
Oh yeah, there was nothing left.
He ate him.
No, because they had to tone it down to PG. They couldn't show that shit.
So they just ate him. I'm gonna say he ate the whole thing.
He ate him, and she's like, "Eddie, that was different." And
I got this parasite.
Yeah, I got this parasite in me. But the bad thing is, that was the end of the movie, and I knew it. So he walks off, and that's the end of the movie. And no offense, this movie was killer. Then we get to the goddamn mid-credit, which I lost my mind. And I knew it was happening.
Friggin' Woody Harrelson.
They go to San Quentin, which is the worst prison, and it isn't the goddamn comic book, everybody. He's like, "We're going to do this one interview, yada, yada, yada."
This is a me thing, not a we thing.
Yes. So... He goes...
They added in that scene, they've shown a lot about the guy getting eaten at the very last scene. they've only done the sound effect of just Venom's voice saying, "We are Venom."
They did both.
They do both. And I thought that was a nice touch to add in Eddie Brock's voice, because they're both Venom at that point.
Yes. We are Venom.
And it's both voices. It's Venom and Eddie.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I liked that. That was a good touch. Yeah. But then, San Quentin happens.
So San Quentin happens. They go in. The guy's talking. And he's like, I don't know why he wants to talk to you, but the feds want to talk to him. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, hey, Red, you got a visitor. It's... you can bleep me on this. It's motherfucking Cletus Cassidy. And he looked amazing.
Just
Woody
like him.
Harrelson looked just like him. Holy God.
Wayne was shaking.
I was sitting there
like this,
shaking, because I knew, he's like, when I get out, if I get out, and when I get,
he didn't say if, when I get out.
When I get out, there will be carnage, and his face will, please go see this movie. Screw everybody that hated it. This was a really good superhero movie.
So that's the end of this movie, really.
Yes. Credits roll forever.
We're like, these are really long credits, and the guy's mopping, and I'm like, we're not leaving.
Corner, meanwhile, in another universe, we get a clip from the Into the Spider-Verse with it showed
Miles as Spider-Man
being chased by somebody, and basically saying, I'm sorry, Peter. He goes to like a gravestone. We're like, oh, it's Aunt May. No, it's Peter Parker's grave. And
that's why I'm thinking it's connected to the game you were playing, because they're both alive in that. I think it's that universe is the universe that we're in.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lead from the game that just came out into this movie.
No, it's different. It's different. Everybody got sucked into one universe.
No, but I'm saying that's the universe that they're starting in.
I don't know, because Insomniac did their own. Yeah. That was their own game.
Okay. Well, they all, Marvel is, there's 1,000 different universes.
We get the credit scene. He's at the Peter Parker's grave. He's like, I'm sorry I can't be the Spider-Man. I think this takes place after Civil War. Because Spider-Man gets unmasked and, like, he's older.
I don't know.
But he's like, hey, kid. And he turns around and knocks him in the face, but he gets webbing on the chest. He's like, what the hell? So he gets attached to that Spider-Man, and the whole scene is
the cops are coming. They're like, put down that body.
Put down that corpse.
Yeah, put down that corpse.
What the hell is going on?
I'm like, why did people leave?
And there was some really good stuff. Like, I am really excited for that, too. So, back to the movie. Anyway, holy God, I don't know why people hate this movie. I really, really enjoy this. I don't understand the hate. It was perfect.
It was everything that movie needed to be.
Was everybody mad just because there's no room for Spider-Man? There doesn't need to be.
They wrote it perfectly without him.
It was perfect. I do not understand why all the hate. Like, this is a great movie. And I don't...
Marvel makes great movies.
I'm happy I went in with low expectations, because...
they got blown away.
I had to go away with... be like, okay, this has got to be better than Spider-Man 3. It's got to be better than Topher Grace.
It was way better.
It was way better. Everything was really good, and I'm happy they changed. And the funny thing is, the reason why they put out that first trailer is to get feedback. Because originally they called it Symbiote, and everybody shit on that.
Well, they were trying to make it their own. And no, we want it.
That's what everybody wanted. And I'm happy if they had to reshoot a bunch of stuff, which I think they did. It was good. It was really good. I give this movie I
already gave it a ton of thumbs up, but there's more.
Yeah.
There's as many thumbs up as possible.
It's so good. I will go see this movie again. Holy God. And, oh my God. Oh my God. Your stomach.
I had too many candies.
So yeah, I think that's the end of it. Go see this movie.
That was a long video.
Other people have done longer ones. Trust me.
I know. I've seen Max's reviews on movies.
Some of it we can edit out, which...
we gotta edit some stuff out.
Yeah, we gotta edit some stuff. But we gotta... and the bad thing is we gotta go through the video now. Ugh. I should have timestamped stuff. Shit.
That's okay. So,
anyway, go see it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go see it. It did not let me down. And I'm a big Venom fan. I'm a huge Venom fan.
And he's a huge Carnage fan.
And if we get Maximum Carnage, or hell, if we can just get the Carnage story, if we can get the Carnage story, I'd be happy with that.
I'm thinking, I know everybody's saying that yellow one is Scream, but there's only one symbiote alive.
There's more on the comet.
So what? How are they gonna bring one down?
They have to split him. They have to rip the other suits out of him. Like, that's how it happens. Is they almost kill him.
They almost kill Venom.
They almost kill Eddie. By ripping the suit, because they are together so long that they're a permanent bond.
So how? Okay.
You got to read the comic.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. But holy crap, that movie did not need Spider-Man. It had its funny stuff. It had its cameos. It had its good stuff. I didn't mind it. I don't know why everybody hates it. And I'm waiting to see other people's reviews on this. But we are almost at an hour. So I think
it's time to go.
Yeah, because I got
because we also have to edit this together.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna go. We'll see everybody later. Go check out this movie. We're gonna go see it again.
Yeah, we are.
Probably this weekend, depending on what we're doing. Anyway, go see this movie. I liked it. I think you'll like it too. Just enjoy the movie. Don't pick it apart. Don't pick apart the pace of the movie. Don't pick apart.
Dude, it was good. The pace was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It told a great story.
I enjoyed it.
And I'm ready for another one.
I want to go see it again. Please make another one. I am dying. I will love Sony. I love you. I think the director did a good job.
Yep.
Did a good job.
They did a good job putting the best parts of all. They
preserved the character.
Stuff.
They preserved. They had the source material, and
they used it correctly.
And they went with it. So I'm very happy. So on that note, I think we're gonna roll out. Go check this out. Go see this movie.
Go see it.
Go see this movie. Go see this movie, please. It's so good. So I think we're gonna end it. We got 4 thumbs up for this. So we'll see everybody later. Bye.
Bye.